Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Always Compete Seahawks Podcast. I am Sam, that is Mike, and today we have a fun video on our hands. Today we're going to be talking about a player that's been a hot commodity in the NFL in the last 2 days. Name did not come up in anything until the last 2 days. It's Stephon Gilmore, former Defensive Player of the Year for the New England Patriots, obviously a cornerback. He's around, I believe, 30 years old. And he is holding out because of contract reasons. Now, you might be saying, Sam, Jamal Adams is holding out. Why shouldn't you say teams should trade for Jamal Adams? He has family issues, okay?
Yeah.
Bastard. But, okay.
Stop being mean.
Yeah, right? But anyways, Stephon Gilmore's holding out strictly due to contractual reasons. I always have trouble with that word. And
that's fine. Don't ask me to spell it either. It's fine.
And they're talking like he might get traded. I thought he could have been a potential trade candidate earlier in the offseason. I did not think that, I felt like after the draft it would die down, but it's starting to pick up more than ever. Gilmore's holding out, and we will be analyzing whether we think we should make the move for him, what we could or should give up, and we're just going to overall give our analysis. Mike, anything to say on Stephon Gilmore before we hop on?
Well, first of all, you have to understand, again, the whole reason that he doesn't want to play for New England at the moment, or the reason that he's holding out, is because of he wants a bigger contract, and he's a corner, so he's going to get paid big monies.
Might not be the highest paid, but he'd be like top five.
He'll be top 2 or 3.
Which is comfortably like the 18, 19 plus.
Right. So there's a couple of things at play here. Is he super talented? Absolutely. Is corner in need on our team? Absolutely. But are we really going to pay 2 defensive backs $18 million a year at least in one offseason? Are we going to do that? I personally don't think the trade for him would be the problem, because I think if he's like, hey, if New England's, because Bill Belichick really doesn't give out big contracts to people. He really has never done that.
And he's also fine with trading players.
He does not care. He'll trade you.
He will trade anybody.
Literally, they traded, I remember in 04, I remember I was 2, but in 2004, Deion Branch, 2003 or 2004, Deion Branch won the Super Bowl MVP, and they traded him to Seattle. See a Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
So I promise you, there is no sentimental attachment. There is no reason that he would not trade someone.
Bill Belichick is so just not strict about he doesn't care who he gives up.
Yeah.
Malcolm Butler caught the game-winning touchdown, and Malcolm Butler caught the game-winning interception in Super Bowl 48 or Super Bowl 49. This man is a all-pro corner in the Super Bowl against the Eagles. He's like, you broke team conduct. Get on the bench. And he doesn't play the entire Super Bowl. And they give Nick Foles MVP.
Dude, I think straight up, remember what that guy on the Seahawks did last year? He snuck the girl into the hotel room. I have a theory that's what Malcolm Butler did. Tried to sneak a shorty in, and then Bill Belichick's just like, you're out. And then Malcolm Butler's like,
subversion zone.
Yeah.
Get on the bench. AKA that was our second naming for this podcast. It was between Always Compete and Virgin Zone. We didn't really know. We didn't really know what to talk about. Each other.
Wow. Thanks, Sam. Appreciate it, bro. Anyway, remember how we were talking last episode about just leaving your girlfriend just whenever? That's Bill Belichick. If the next girl he finds, I don't care if you've been married for 20 years, divorce.
Bill Belichick will propose to his girlfriend and the next day immediately leave her. It's just get out.
She'll have a baby, and then the next day I'll be like, divorce papers. No emotion on his face. That's how you have to understand. He does not give a shit. He doesn't care. He does not care. He doesn't care at all.
He doesn't care.
So again, getting Stephon Gilmore, I don't think would be a problem. I think we could give a second or a third. I think
we could probably give a 7th round pick and be like, hey, we saw him breaking team conduct. It feels like, get him out of here.
I think we talked about trading for Julio a couple days ago. I think it'd be cheaper to trade for Stephon Gilmore than it would be for Julio Jones.
Realistically.
So getting him is the problem. Paying him is the problem. Another problem that I will bring up that I don't think is so much of an issue, but it's kind of it's not ideal. Stephon Gilmore, his style of play is man-to-man. He is a man-to-man guy. You put him on the team's best receiver, and he deletes him, unless that receiver's name is DK Metcalf.
Is there one thing that the Seahawks don't run on defense at all.
Man coverage.
Yeah, we are a specific zone cover three defense. So
and Stephon Gilmore,
we do not do that.
For all of his great things, is not a speed demon. He's not. Got great ball skills. He's got great coverage skills, but he is not a demon, a speed demon.
He's not, but he'd lock up D-Hop.
Right.
D-Hop, AJ Green, Christian Kirk, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, etc. All the trash receivers, he locks up.
Just not DK Metcalf, obviously, because
not DK Metcalf.
DK's his father. So
it would be the first father-son duo in the NFL.
That would be crazy.
Hey, Seattle has a history with that. Ken Griffey Jr., Ken Griffey Sr., DK Metcalf, Stephon Gilmore. That'd be crazy.
That's crazy.
That'd be crazy.
But then we just got to get a mother-daughter duo in the WNBA with Sue Storm. I mean, we need her daughter to play. I mean, then we just got
Sue Storm.
We just got all the
Mike Sue Storm. Sue Bird? You mean Sue Bird?
Oh, I was thinking of Seattle. Dude, I was thinking of Seattle Storm. I was thinking.
All right, we need Sue Bird, Larry Bird.
Sue Bird, Larry Bird. There you go.
Throw a wig on Larry Bird. He can pass. Pass. Just be like, hey, I'm here for the
They both play basketball.
He's like, his knees are just like,
Isn't he like fat as shit now?
He might be, but like, so obviously his play is good.
Yeah.
But like, he really doesn't fit our scheme that well. And you really bring up the one issue, the paying. Like, if I were to look up cornerback contracts, realistically,
Ramsey's got to be at the top.
Ramsey is at the top. I think he's making $25 a year.
Oh.
Ramsey is making $20 a year. That's the highest paid. That's Marlon Humphrey at 19.5. Tre'Davious White 17.25. Gilmore's easily going to get 18. He's going to get over White. Yeah, his agent's probably going to guarantee that he gets over White minimum.
Yeah, I'd say
19.5.
Age is a factor. Age is not
18, 19. I think 18, 19 is fair.
Let's split the difference. I'll call it 18.5.
That's a lot of money. That is, say what you want. That is a lot of money. That's like a no joke contract. Like it's like one of my favorite things to do on Spot Track that I recently discovered is that you could like go to teams and give different players extensions to see how their cap would work out.
Mm-hmm.
So
Spot Track really training the next generation of GMs out here. Sam's just going to be the GM one year, and it's just because of Spot Track.
So, like, if we were to extend maybe even a guy like Jamal Adams, it would be interesting because extending somebody like Jamal Adams would comfortably put him in the 18s.
At least, bro. At least
18s, maybe. Like that's kind of where I'm thinking about Jamal. So like 18s. That's a lot. So
according to a report, they want to.
We'd have Tyler Lockett's new deal kicking in, Jamal's new deal kicking in. DK is going to want an extension.
Dwayne Brown wants an extension.
Dwayne Brown wants an extension. Video coming soon. And then
spoiler alert.
And then like Stephon Gilmore.
Quandre wants an extension.
Stephon Gilmore would make like 18, 19. We don't have money for that. The money does not exist. We would need John Schneider would need to like pull wads of 100s out of his butt.
The only like thing that could maybe happen is if the NFL revenue just goes skyrocket because people are just going
the NFL revenue
crazy buying a game
goes insane. Yeah, maybe
if we sell out all of our home games, which is realistic. Maybe the salary cap will increase by 10 million, hopefully. And
but 10 million isn't enough. 10 million is not enough. But right now we're sitting with right now alone, we're sitting with like $8 million. So that's going to rise up to 18.
Dude, 8 plus 10 is 18, bro. That's Stephon Gilmore.
No, we're going to rise up to 18. And then let's say we pay Jamal 17.5 or 18. We've maxed out. But then Dwayne Brown's contract, let's say we don't extend Dwayne Brown. Dwayne Brown's contract would free up, that's like 13. So then we have bank, 13 right there. That's not enough. Quandre's contract frees up. That's like 5.
So what I'm hearing is
18. That's not
trade Russell Wilson to sign Stephon Gilmore.
Trade Russell Wilson
Right.
to the Bears for Justin Fields. Straight up trade.
Yes.
And then trade for Stephon Gilmore.
Right.
And trade Justin Fields for Stephon Gilmore. We're going to go full KOT4Q if you get that reference. We're going to get assets. We're going to flip them. We're going to we're going to recycle players. We're like Xavier Howard, come on in. You're going to New England for Stephon Gilmore.
The whole NFL landscape is just crumbles because of all the deals.
Roger Goodell's sitting in his office, like crunching the numbers. He's taking calls. I'm trying to stop it. I know.
John Schneider's playing franchise mode on his Xbox, and everything he's just doing as he says.
That's like a new movie. That's
Moneyball on steroids, bro.
That's a movie that needs to come out soon.
So. What we're saying essentially is, would we love to have Stephon Gilmore in a Seahawks uniform? Fuck yeah, dude. That'd be awesome.
Oh, hell yeah. We'd love
it's financially the best thing to do? No.
It's honestly, it could be financially impossible.
I won't say anything's impossible with John Schneider. John
Schneider doesn't restructure contracts. Like, we'd be able to do it, Mike, we would be able to do it easily. If we were to restructure Russ and Bobby and Tyler, push their money down the road 4 or 5 years, or for Russ would be like 2. For Russ and Bobby would be for Russ would be 2, Bobby would be 1. Kick his money down the road, and then for Tyler, you can kick his money 4 years down the road. So
yeah, you could.
And Michael Dixon.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, the 2 players that are under contract for the longest for the Seahawks are Tyler Lockett and Michael Dixon. I just found this out.
Obviously,
both are on the team until 2026.
That's the way it should be. All right, so just to wrap up, out of 10, what would you give the probability that Seattle pulls the trigger for Gilly? I'd say 3. It's just because they know they have to extend him, and okay, here's another thing. They traded for Jamal Adams last offseason more than a year ago. I actually know, a little less than a year ago. They traded for Jamal Adams, knowing they're gonna have to pay him. Still haven't paid him. So
they will pay him.
Right.
I'm very optimistic they'll pay.
Oh, I think they will too. But I'm saying is with Gilly, it's urgent. And if you trade for Gilly, you pay him first before you pay Jamal. That's gonna really piss off Jamal.
Could it be like a Clowney situation?
Just a 1-year rental?
1-year rental. We give up a third. We hey,
yeah, but okay.
Have a third. We bring in Gilmore for a year. We let him walk for big time money free to see when he's 31.
Here's the thing, though, is he wants that contract now. So I don't think he'd be willing.
Yeah, you're right. He'd want that contract as soon as he steps off the plane. He'd want that contract as soon as he steps off the plane.
I don't think he's going to say, okay, I'll play for Seattle for 1 year. Because, again, if that was the case, he'd play in New England with the best defensive-minded head coach ever.
And in a system that actually fits him.
Right. To learn a new system for a year.
He also has major cornerback support in the secondary. Not saying the Seattle has bad corners, but J.C. Jackson is better than Ahkello Witherspoon. You can't. It's kind of tough to argue against.
Absolutely.
That. It's kind of tough to argue against.
Absolutely. That. So just for Gilmore, it really doesn't, unless he's grown up a Seahawks fan or something like that. It just doesn't. It just doesn't make sense.
Prophecy that we should trade for Stephon Gilmore.
It just doesn't make sense for all parties involved. So unfortunately, sorry, Seahawks fan. I know STE. They've been talking nonstop about Gilly. We want to trade for Gilly, and would it be awesome? Absolutely, but
logically, I guarantee you that Seattle will make a call.
Oh,
I can
guarantee
that.
If Belichick says, "Hey,"
Seattle might make a couple calls. Honestly.
If Belichick says, "Hey, we'll give you Gilmore for a 6th," pull the trigger. That's a 1-year rental.
I'm saying if Belichick comes out and he's like, "Hey, we're just saying that we are taking calls for Stephon Gilmore," Seattle's on that phone immediately.
Oh, absolutely.
Just be like, "Hey,
they were on the phone for Julio.
What would you guys want
for Stephon?" Yeah.
3rd? Okay, we'll think about it. Hang up. They never call him back again.
Right. You have to put in a call. Any kind of premier player that's on the trade block, you put in a call for. If tomorrow, if Lamar Jackson was on the trade block, put in a call for Lamar Jackson. You're not going to give up big money, obviously. But I'm just saying, you always, just to be competitive, you always have to at least put in a call. So I guarantee they'll put in a call. They might make an offer. They might, negotiate a little with Belichick. But I do not believe that they will make the trade and or give him the extension that he wants. I just don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't believe it either. But thinking about it, Seattle and New England have had trade history in the recent years. Seattle has traded for Jacob Hollister and Justin Coleman from New England as they're backups, and they gave up 7s for him.
And then Coleman intercepted New England in the Super Bowl. Boom. And then,
just like that.
And we're not going to talk
about. And
then
then Jacob Hollister caught the game-winning touchdown in Super Bowl 55.
Yes.
Just like that, and
yes,
everybody lives happily ever after.
Absolutely. So that's going to wrap up this episode. Sorry to break it to you, Seahawks fans, but I don't think we should get Gilly.
I guarantee you that we'll have interest, maybe even more interest than we had in Julio. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if there was an offer. I would not be surprised if Seattle was like, hey, 2023 third, sit on it, and then I'm sure that New England declined. So why would we do that for a perennial All-Pro former defensive player of the year?
Right.
But I would not be surprised if Seattle was like, hey, here's a mid-round pick, year or two down the road. See what you think.
Yeah.
And then see what happens. But that's going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you guys think that we should maybe acquire Stephon Gilmore, what do you think what would you be willing to give up? And what do you think a contract extension would look like if we were to acquire him? Go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Or if you hate the idea and you think that Stephon Gilmore should be on the enemy to society watch list by the Seattle police, say it.
What? What?
I don't know.
I was there. I was like,
Mike's like.
I think last thing is, obviously the orphanages this year are kind of overrun. I think we need to bring DK's son home. If we could bring DK to his son.
DK's always away from his son every year.
Sucks.
Across the country. Just
they saw each other once this year. DK played with them a little bit, but
he's not going to see him for another 4 years, except until he gets traded.
Maybe at the Pro Bowl. They'll see each other at the Pro Bowl. That's it, though. That's really
they'll see each other at the Super Bowl, where DK will maul Stephon Gilmore for the game-winning touchdown. But
Cam Newton making the Super Bowl, bro.
No, it's gonna be Mac Daddy.
Oh, Jesus Christ! All right, I'm ending it right there. I can't. Bye, guys. See you later.